Hi Brooksville Wesleyan, my name is Josh Bonner and I have a really cool story that involves Brooksville Wesleyan Church. I'm a lay leader over at Fellowship Community Church across the county, but really my roots started here at Brooksville Wesleyan in the 1980s. My grandparents Norman and Gertrude Bonner retired here in 1984 and my family moved here a couple months later. My dad became the youth pastor and custodian of the church, and I have so many memories of being involved in the kids ministry here. In fact, I dug up some pictures and found one from 1988. Here's me as a cowboy surrounded by some Indians for a kids production. But I have just so many memories of people investing in me and loving on me. People like Clara Putt, who was a part of this church for years, Rachel Bray, Mrs. Hart. I actually accepted salvation in 1985 here at Brooksville Wesleyan. And it's almost like I'm a time capsule that God has sent back to say thank you, because you never know how the investments you put into kids is going to play out. A few months ago, I accepted a calling into full-time ministry in the Wesleyan Church. And a couple weeks after that, God was just working on my heart. I'd heard about a story about a friend of mine named Jason Helm. He's a missionary in Mozambique, Africa. And he had put on Facebook in the winter of this year that he had pancreatic cancer and he needed $75,000 for his cancer treatment. And this story just broke my heart. And God was really working on me and told me to get involved in his story. And so what I came up with is this crazy idea that I'm going to walk from Brooksville, Florida, all the way across the country to Indiana Wesleyan University. So on June 13th, 2 weeks away, I'm leaving from Brooksville, and I'm going to be staying at churches along the way and just raising money and support for Jason's cause. And it's been such a blessing to me to get people involved in this story, and I just want to come to Brooksville Wesleyan and two things. Just say thank you for investing in me. And the second thing is, if you want to get involved in Jason's story, all you need to do is Google search Never Give Up Walk, and you'll find it there, or Pastor Jerry's graciously allowed me to put a flyer back at the welcome desk of the church. I would love to get you involved in this story as well. I just want to say thank you to all the children's volunteers and youth ministers at this church. You never know what you're doing with these kids right now, how it's going to play out 10, 20, or 30 years later. So thank you, and thank you, Brooksville Wesleyan.